Welcome to episode 76 of the A Free Spirit Life. Hello, beautiful you. I am Shannon Kinney-Duh, the host of this show. I'm also a holistic life coach, intuitive spiritual mentor, artist, writer, and teacher. I'm excited to be back. For those of you who followed me for years, you know I tend to hide out in the winter. I am very seasonal, and I do like to go into my creative cave. I've been working on a lot of things behind the scenes, and I'm excited to share all of that with you this spring and summer. As we've hit March 2024, technically we're not quite in spring or maybe autumn, wherever you live in the world, but we are definitely feeling the season shift starting to happen. And there is this electricity in the air. There is this charge, if you will, when this time of year happens. It's something you can feel. So let's talk about that today, and let's talk about what's happening energetically in our personal lives and collectively. I just saw a bunny just shoot past my window. I mean, every time I record, I swear the animals come to my window, but this one just shot out of nowhere. So that's a very symbolic thing, right? Bunnies symbolize spring, new beginnings, and man, she was booking it. So that's what it feels like right now. There's this fast energy. As we come out of this winter energy, we're feeling this charge. And there's this newness that is on the horizon, but we feel it now. And, I like to think of our lives as that garden when you are getting ready to nourish and nurture new dreams, changes in your life, really honoring transition. There is a period of time where we really have to feed the soil. Before you plant those seeds in your garden, you have to cultivate the soil. You have to make sure that the soil is ready. And that's your inner life. That is your inner life. That is your mental health, your emotional health, your spiritual health, your energetic health. Your physical health is part of that too. It's all of it together. And spring, or the season change, really offers us this time to pay attention. What in our body needs tending to? Where are our thoughts going? Where is our energy being put out into the world? What are you focusing on? So, what I mean by the energy feeling quick right now is astrologically, and the shifts that we're experiencing at this time in history, 2024, it's a time that so many spiritual teachers, healers, astrologers, sages, people from years ago have talked about this time period. You might hear it as moving into 5D. You might hear it as the age of Aquarius. You might hear it as just this, I've heard it be called the creative revolution. We are waking up to our truer selves, to a more love-filled life rather than staying so rooted in survival mode. So I think that's a really good way to look at it practically. No matter what label you use, what language speaks to you, we all know what it feels like to live a life in survival, just getting by. Right? The 9 to 5, making ends meet, working paycheck to paycheck, or simply feeling in a state of confusion because the way that you want to live doesn't match the way society tells you all of it feels in discordance. Is that a word? Discordance. I always say that on this show, but I trust you guys. I actually am really good with the words, but when I talk in the moment, I like to just make words up. It doesn't align. And what we're trying to do in this shift right now is align to a more heart-centered life. One that is more in union. You know, my background started in this lifetime with yoga. And the word yoga means to unite. And so we're always working to unite the mind, the body, and the spirit together so that they work in harmony, so that it work well together, so that we can feel more in alignment with how we think, how we feel, and what our truest, most authentic self is guiding us towards. And so how can we live in greater union with our inner life so that our outer life is a reflection of our authentic self, our uniqueness, our gifts in the world, what we're here to do, how we want to live. And that electrical charge that we're feeling, that bunny just felt as she ran across my yard is, ooh, something's happening. Ooh, I'm being called to move from the comfort of the past or the discomfort and do something. Show up in a greater way. Listen to those inner nudges. Make the great change that I'm being called to make, because there's no more sitting on our buns and just hoping it's going to work out. Or there's no more gripping to the past thinking that that's going to work anymore. We are being called in this new age, this new movement, to create a life that is open to the possibilities, to create a life that is vulnerable because it's leading with our hearts, creating a life that's not about survival anymore and just getting by, but actually growing, blooming, thriving in. So look at your life now and take some time to reflect on survival. When I say that word survival and living in a survival mode, what does that bring up in you? For some people, it's not having enough of something, always having to work harder for money, resources, energy, time, feeling like you're drained a lot, running on fumes, burned out, having too many plates that you're spinning, never allowing space for joy, play, creativity, rest, renewal, fun. If you feel like you're constantly forcing your life to happen rather than feeling in a state of flow, or feeling like synchronicities are coming to you, but you're always just trying to push and force your life to happen, and things feel stuck, messy, resistant. All of that is a sign that we're shifting, that we're moving, that we're needing to find greater flow. Now, the times when we're going through transition, which I think all of us are on a personal level and on a global level, we're going through massive change. It is messy. It's a messy process. It is imperfect. It is confusing when you're in that space because it is the void. It is the place in between. And we as humans don't typically like that at all. We like our comforts, right? We like to feel comfortable. I am just as guilty of that. And I don't even mean to bring guilt into the conversation because there's nothing wrong. We need comfort. We need to feel comfort. In fact, that's what I think our life is starting to open up to, is this idea that we actually are here to thrive. We are here to embrace and enjoy and celebrate life. And that includes feeling comfort, feeling joy, feeling at peace in our hearts. So that is important. But what I mean when I say comfort is sometimes we keep ourselves small or in a box because we're afraid to step outside of that. That makes us feel comfortable, but really what we're doing is dimming our light, keeping ourselves small, holding on to the past, afraid to expand. And I think this energy in March 2024, moving into April and beyond, is asking us, can we now live a life that isn't on such survival with a lack mentality? Can we put a toe outside the box? Can we actually, we've probably had a toe outside the box. Are you preparing to jump out of the box? Arms in the air, going towards the light, allowing yourself to be free and return to the truest essence of who you are without all of the dogma, the rules, the restrictions, the past weighing us down. Can we use our past as motivation, as a healing, as an opportunity to expand and grow beyond our wildest dreams? I believe that's possible. I believe that we're being called in that direction. And that's what I want for all of us moving forward right now in this moment. So if you find yourself listening to these words, I thank you. I thank you so much for being here. I know I do take long breaks sometimes, and part of that is I am an artist. I am a creator. I follow my creative flow. I really am so excited about the things that I'm creating right now to share with you. And that takes a lot of my energy. It takes a lot of my intuition. And sometimes I just simply have to shut off the world so I can be my most authentic self. And so that's really what you're being called to do, is pay attention to where you're putting your energy, what you allow into your energy field. If you're watching the news, it's time to really limit the amount of energy you're putting there. Are you feeding your creativity, or are you spending your time just scrolling, watching others create? Are you getting stuck at work, talking about, the latest gossip? Or are you using that time to read a spiritual passage, or color in a coloring book, or signing up for that cooking class you've been thinking about, or playing with your garden and thinking about the plans for it? I don't know. Whatever feeds your creativity, you're being called to listen and make space for that now. Because when you do, it settles your restless mind. The mind gets restless when it's going through change. It starts to bring up things like regret. It starts to bring up things like worry. It starts to focus on anxiety. Well, that is the practice of doing things that settle your mind and bring you into the present moment so you can really pay attention to your heart, your intuition, your messages within, your inner wisdom, or the messages you're getting from your guides, from your angels, because you're never alone. And more than ever before, we are gaining the ability to tune in and listen to our higher selves, to listen to our guides, to listen to source. The source outside of us and the source within us. So whatever that means to you, see if that resonates. But most importantly, it's about learning to tune in with who you truly are, beyond the conditioning, beyond the past experiences, beyond what you were taught. We're in an unlearning process right now so that we can relearn and remember who we truly are, not who we were taught to be. Ooh, breathe that in for a moment, right? I think that's why that bunny was so excited. She's just like booking it because she's like, I've got a life to live. You have an amazing life to live, and this is the time to live it. You're here for a reason, and that's why I'm so excited. Because we feel the buzz, we feel the charge, we feel that thing that we've always known inside of us, like, wait a minute, life, does it have to be this hard and ruthless and awful? Why can't we be kinder to our neighbor? Why can't I live a life where I take really good care of myself, where I treat my mind, my body, and my spirit like a goddess? You can. That is the age of Aquarius. That is the shift we're going through right now. Is it going to be rocky while we change? Probably. You're probably experiencing some challenges right now, whether it's relationship shifts, work confusion. Should I even live in this town anymore? Those questions are coming up for you because your higher self is saying, hey, it's our time now. Listen up. Why are you living here? Why are you collecting all this stuff? Why are you working another day at a job you hate? Why are you carrying all that weight on your shoulders? Why are you continually in this relationship when you've known for years it's time to evolve and move on? I'm not saying that you even have to leave your home, your job, or your relationship, but you need to listen. What are the messages coming from within? Sometimes it's simply there needs to be a change. Maybe there's a healthy boundary that needs to be set, or something needs to be communicated, like asking for that raise you've always been too afraid to ask for. Or maybe your home is beautiful and perfect, but it's just a little cluttered and you need to clean out the closets. There's lots of ways right now that we can tune in and listen. So think of that as your spring cleaning invitation right now. What is going to help you clean up your mental, emotional, spiritual, physical bodies and places where you give your energy away? How can you start bringing your energy back and really plugging in your energy to the things that matter most to you? So here's what I can tell you from personal experience. What is happening right now is there is this quicker manifestation energy in the air. And what I mean by that is if you are a person who continually focuses on, oh, that'll never happen, or I'm too old to start this, or I'm such a idiot. You know, when you use those types of phrases and you find yourself giving energy to your inner critic, that is going to be magnified now. The universe is listening big time. They're going to say, okay, if you want more lessons, we're here to feed them to you. So if you focus on negativity, if you focus on lack, if you focus on those past self-sabotaging thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve your greater good, you're going to see that amplified and mirrored back to you in a big way right now. The flip side is if you've been working on cleaning up your thoughts, if you've been kinder to yourself, if you're taking gentler care of your heart, if you catch yourself going down a negative inner critic rabbit hole, but you pause and say, you know what? I don't need to treat myself like that anymore. I don't need to think that thought anymore. I am brave. I am powerful. I am peace. I am joy. I am abundance. I am wealth. I am love. I am a goddess, and I am worthy of love and great things in my life. You turn and shine your light on the positivity, on the change that you want to see in your life, and you start to really breathe that in. That will also be magnified. You'll start to see greater synchronicities happen. You'll start to say, wow, I just thought about this yesterday and I'm already getting that call. Interesting. What I want you to do is think of it as an experiment. We know what it's like to focus on the inner critic. We know what it's like to focus on survival. We know what it's like to not believe in ourselves because that's been our entire past. That's the culture we live in. That's what the messages we're constantly fed. What would it be like if you really, really pay attention to your thoughts and remember that your thoughts carry frequency? Your thoughts affect the way you feel, and they affect the way that you put out energy into the world, and they affect what comes into your energy field. They affect how you see the world. They create the filter in which you see the world. So if you've always thought like, oh, this is the only job I'll ever get, or I guess this is the relationship I'm going to settle for, that's what you're going to magnify. I am not suggesting that you overlook your natural feelings. I'm not saying don't feel. Right now, we're also being called to feel and release the past that we've been carrying. So when an emotion comes up, we don't cover it and stuff it and then try to fake being positive. No, that's not what I'm saying. Allow yourself to feel and allow yourself to release. It's an emotional time right now, this change we're going through. We need to feel. You might need to cry more. You might need to journal more. You might need to practice some form of meditation or get out into the forest, the nature, trees. They're here to help us. They provide life force energy. They give us oxygen. So they are here to help us heal. So go talk to the trees. Go sit by a tree. Go cry it out in the earth. And then you'll notice that you're creating more space to be more loving. And that's huge. That is life-changing. That is a powerful way to be in this energy right now. And because your thoughts create frequency, you can say, wow, how human of me to allow myself to feel, to be sad and grieve the past, but to also allow myself to be open to this moment, to allow myself to see where the possibilities of the future might take me. I believe in myself. I believe in my challenges. I honor where I've been in this lifetime, and I'm going to grow beyond my wildest dreams. Feel it to heal it, and then allow that space to be filled with love. It starts with your self-love. Okay, so I think if nothing else, pay attention to your thoughts, pay attention to your feelings. Make sure that your thoughts and what you're focusing on supports your new future. What do you want to bring into your life right now? What do you want to bring into your life right now? I can't remember where I've heard this, but this is a really powerful statement. I've probably said it on the show before, that reminds us everything we see right now is a reflection of your past thoughts. So if you want to see a different future, clean up your thoughts. You have to envision it and see it and pull it to you and believe that it's going to happen before it manifests. How beautiful is that? So daydreaming, expanding your imagination, doing things that feed your creative heart and soul, really important right now to get out of the ruts of thinking in the old patterns. Think a new thought today, dream a new dream today, and let this amazing energy that we're being gifted propel you forward like that bunny. I want you to move. It's almost like we have a little spark, a little fire under our butt now, right? To move, to do something. So clean up your thoughts, use this energy wisely, and start to pay attention to the synchronicities. Wow, I just put this on my vision board and here it's coming. Wow, I just had this thought about this really cool idea and now I keep seeing it everywhere. I am seeing things faster come into my life. That's the gift of this energy right now. You will start to see that too. So we don't discount the changes. We don't pretend that it's not rocky and imperfect and messy, but we can see the light that's coming. We can see the light that is on the horizon, and we can see the support in our own life right now. You are never alone. So speak to your guides, ask for guidance. Make sure you're asking. I think sometimes we just think that the universe simply knows what we want and need. But get really clear about what your heart and soul need in this moment, and then set that intention. Put it out into the universe again with words. Words create frequency. So put those intentions out and think of yourself like an electrical radio signal, right? Put out the radio signals that you want to draw in to your life, and see how that goes for you this month and beyond. Thank you so much for listening. I am grateful for you. I will continue to show up here. I'm also starting a YouTube channel. Still trying to figure out how to do all this because, YouTube and podcasting, they all take effort and they all need help spreading the word. So if you like what I'm putting out into the universe and you want to share it with your friends, please do so. That will be so helpful for me as I continue to grow. I also want to make an announcement here that I have a new online community through Patreon. You can go to my website, freespiritlife.com, and click on community, and you will find those details. It's awesome. I share a lot of really beautiful nature walk talks there. There are creative art tutorials. We're doing a lot of Zoom calls, and there's a chat with other people that you can connect with. It's a beautiful space for those who are going through spiritual awakenings, who want to share in a safe and sacred space. It's all about self-discovery and empowerment. So I'm really excited to share that with you. I'm also launching a spring energy reset where I'm including your human design chart. I'm doing the emotion code, energy releasing, and flower essence therapy all in one session. So we're really getting clear about your human design is your astrology energy map. It shows you who you are, what you're here to learn, what you're here to do, what your life's theme is, what your learning style is, how to access your intuition, how to live in alignment with your energy so you can experience greater flow, greater ease, all the things we're talking about. But it's your map. It's what you were given the moment you took your first breath. So it's very much based on astrology and your energy centers. And if you've ever received a deep dive human design reading from me, we will use that information to apply it to what you're going through at this time in your life. If you've never received human design energy, this is still a wonderful session for you because I'm going to teach you all about that. Then we're going to look at your emotions because emotions are energy and they need to be released to create space for new energy to come in. We are holding energy from our past lives, from our ancestral lines, from past experiences in this lifetime. And when you use the emotion code, we can learn which energy emotions are creating these cycles of repeat. What's keeping you from moving forward? And we will release those in that session. And then I use flowers and plants as a healing modality. It's the most natural way to tune into the energetics of nature, and you can learn what flower essence would be the best for you at this time to then bring in that sense of balance, using plants and trees and nature to really ultimately return to your true nature, so that when you live in a state of authenticity and tuned into your true nature, honestly, that's the simplicity of it. You get to wake up every day just being in tune with who you are and trusting in that, surrendering and allowing the present moment to unfold because you know you are in sync. You are in flow. You are in that union with your mind, your body, your spirit. Beautiful way to live. That's to me what a free spirit life is all about. Thank you so much for listening. If you want those details, go to my website, afreespiritlife.com. Check out my sessions. Oh, I'm also teaching an intuitive watercolor class this month too. So lots, like I said, I've got fire under my butt right now to share a lot of energy out. So go sign up for something, a class, a session, or check out our community. If you're interested in something that's ongoing, I have a 7-day free trial, so you can check that out for the community aspect. And find me on Instagram at A Free Spirit Life. Reach out to me. I always love hearing from you. I hope you're doing well. Take really good care of yourself. Remember, you are designed to shine. So let's clear out the stuff that's keeping us from shining and use this new energy to our advantage this month and beyond. Be well, my friend, and I will see you next time.